Hey everyone, this is Daryl Emanuel, the Director of Curriculum here in Round Rock ISD. We're really excited to provide you with an overview of our newly revised lesson plans for 3rd through 5th grade ELAR, SLAR. And these aren't just small tweaks here and there. The revision team worked with purpose and intention, focusing on the following key priorities: condensing and consolidating lessons, alignment, and additional resources and student support. The goal was pretty simple: make the lessons more effective and easier for you to use. It's important to mention that as these revisions were being made, our English and dual language instructional coaches sat side by side. What was adjusted in English was also adjusted similarly in Spanish to ensure alignment. In this overview, you'll hear about the why behind all of this and what got us started. Then we'll talk about why alignment is everything and get into the nitty-gritty of the revisions. And we'll wrap up with assessment resources, important takeaways, and of course, how we're here to support you. Okay, first up, our goal. Data drives our work and yours. We all use data to get better at what we do. We didn't decide to make these revisions to just change things up. This work was in direct response to what we were seeing in the data from the Reading and Language Arts STAR Interim 1. As various teams and campuses dug into the interim results, the teaching and learning team identified an opportunity to improve the instructional materials provided by the state to better support your instruction and student learning. And as we identified our scope of work, we prioritized these three key things. First, we saw that we could make our learning targets connect even more tightly to the standards. Second, we realized our instruction could be way more explicit and targeted. And third, and this is a really big deal, we saw we needed to make sure that everything from the learning target to the instruction to the assessment was perfectly aligned with the TEAK and the rigor of the STAR test. Which brings us to our next big idea. Alignment is truly at the heart of all these revisions. Think of it like a golden thread that connects every single piece of your lesson. It's what gives us that laser focus on what's most important. And that golden thread, it weaves through these three key pillars: the daily learning target, the unpacked TEAKs, and the daily exit ticket. Alignment isn't just about covering the right content. It's about matching teacher moves and student practice to the rigor of the standard, to the level of thinking that's required for our students. When those three things are perfectly in sync, that's when we see student growth and achievement. So this is an example of a learning target taken straight out of one of the revised lessons. I can use text evidence to understand plot development. It's simple, it's clear, it's student-friendly, and it tells every single kid in the room exactly what they're aiming for by the end of the lesson. Okay, let's check out some other examples of the updates we've mentioned. First up, the revision team worked to consolidate and condense the content of the daily lesson plans. We wanted to reduce the noise so that each lesson has a super tight focus on the most critical content standards. We also streamlined the background knowledge parts and zeroed in on just the 3 to 5 most critical vocabulary words for each lesson. Additional teacher resources have also been included, like anchor charts and vocabulary activities. Hopefully, this promotes efficiency during lesson plan internalization. Another big change is making instruction more explicit. What does that mean? It just means clarity. We want it to be crystal clear what teachers should be teaching and what students should know by the end of the lesson. Now let's talk about data. For each daily lesson, the revision team has included a daily exit ticket. These new exit tickets will help you respond to what your student needs. We know it's important for you to get immediate feedback from your students about their learning and progress. Exit tickets give you a snapshot of who got it and who didn't right at the end of the lesson. And the exit ticket are aligned to the rigor of the standard and how it's been previously tested on STAR. This is a real example of one of these STAR line exit tickets. It's an SCR, a short constructed response. See how it's not just a simple recall question? It's asking students to really dig in and use text evidence. This is exactly the kind of thinking and practice we need our students to do. So, what do you do with this data? Well, you can review the responses, give some targeted feedback, and maybe plan for a small group or quick reteach the next day. But remember, these exit tickets are just one tool in your toolbox. Keep using all the other great ways you check for understanding throughout a daily lesson, too. So let's quickly go over the key takeaways and talk about the support you'll have moving forward on all of this. These revisions are for grades 3 through 5, and they're coming in the second semester. For grades 4 and 5, we're talking core content and reading. For grade 3, it's those plus listening and speaking. The main thing, the absolute focus is alignment. Getting that target instruction and exit ticket all lined up. And remember, these lessons are more condensed now, more focused, and they come with new resources to help you out. And probably the most important takeaway of all this is you are absolutely not in this alone. Your instructional coaches and the teaching and learning team are trained and ready to jump in and support you. We are here for you every step of the way. So thank you so much for everything you do for the students of Round Rock ISD, and have a wonderful winter break.